welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today I thought we would do a little bit of a get ready with me, kind of just featuring the way that I've been doing my makeup recently, which may be a little bit different than how you've seen me do it in the past. Maybe not, but maybe a little bit. I want to kind of use some of the items that I pulled in for my Shop My Stash this month and kind of just stuff that I've been loving. So without further ado, let me pin my hair back. I always start with my eyes, which hasn't changed, so I zoomed you in a bit so we could get all up close and personal here. We're gonna prime like usual. I'm getting real close to the end of this eyeshadow primer. This is the Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer by Elizabeth Mott. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm like a year ago. So I have a backup. I have the, I think it's the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer, so I'll break that out once this is empty. I think I used that Fenty primer, eyeshadow primer, once, and if I'm not mistaken, I didn't really love it, so we'll give it another try, and if I still don't love it, then I'll declutter it and get something else. So I want to kind of focus also a little bit on some of my Project Pan items, which includes some shadows in this palette right here, a Super Shock shadow, and then a few other products, but those are what we're starting with. The only thing that I am missing from this palette is a transition shade, so I am going to go into my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I have used quite a few shades in this. I did pick this up recently during the most recent Sephora VIB sale. It was on sale during that sale, and so I got it at even more of a discount, which was very exciting. And I'm going to use the shade Utopia, which is this kind of creamsicle orange right here, and I'm going to buff that into the crease a little bit. I've started using smaller blending brushes because I mean, I've got like, you know, there's a decent amount of space, but I have quite the hood going on here. So, I mean, this is still kind of a larger fluffy brush, but it's not as large as I used to use. Just kind of take a fluffy brush and just make sure that that's nice and blended. Very nice. And then next I'm going to go into my master palette by Mario, and I'm going to start with taking the shade Fifth Avenue, which is one of my Project Pan items. So I'm going to take Fifth Avenue and I'm going to put that all over the lid. It's a shimmer shade. And then I'm going to take Isabel and I'm going to put a little bit of that in the outer corner. I would use Isabel as the transition kind of crease shade that I just used from the Huda Beauty palette, but it's a little too dark. It's a little too pigmented for that, and I just find that it's a little too harsh to use in that way, so we'll just buff that into the outer crease. But we're gonna start with Fifth Avenue. I guess I could chat a little bit. Why not? This is a get ready with me. It doesn't have to just be about makeup. Alex and I just got our second dose of the COVID vaccine. We got Pfizer, not that it really matters. We got it just over 2 days ago. Both of us were pretty much fine. Alex was super fine. His arm just felt a little heavy. My arm did hurt, not my arm, but the injection site hurt a little bit. Well, kind of a lot of it within the first 24 hours, and then the next 24 hours it's still down quite a bit. I still kind of feel it, but not that bad at all. The only thing that I noticed was I've had quite a bit of back pain and a little bit of shoulder pain because of my pregnancy and just how I'm carrying and not having the greatest posture. And I think that the vaccine may have kind of amplified those aches and pains. So the first night after we got the vaccine, I slept really, really bad because I was just so uncomfortable all night. But it's definitely gotten a lot better. I got a really good night's sleep last night. So that's it though. No headaches, no fevers, nothing like that. So I'm pretty excited to be fully well, not fully vaxxed. You know, we need to wait however long. But now that we've gotten our second vaccine, we did get movie tickets to go see Cruella, the new Cruella movie. You'll have to let me know in the whole pandemic time, what has been one of the top things, or maybe top things, that you have missed the most. For me, it has been going to the movies. I love going to the movies. I love movie theater popcorn. I love having my peanut M&Ms, my movie theater popcorn, my soda, sitting in those comfy seats. Oh, it's just my happy place, and I have missed going so much. Okay, next we're gonna go in with Isabel. So we knew we were getting our second COVID vaccine, and we went ahead and bought tickets. So we are going to go see the Cruella movie, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And the cool thing about, I don't know if all of the Cinemark theaters do this, but when you reserve your seats, you reserve however many seats you need, and then it blocks out 2 seats on either side of you. So they are maintaining social distancing, which I definitely appreciate, because even though we're fully vaxxed, you know, still want to make sure we're following guidelines and protecting ourselves and everybody else. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We haven't been to the movie theaters for maybe a year and a half. I don't remember. I mean, we haven't been since March of 2020, and I don't really remember when we went before that. I'm sure it couldn't have been too long, but sometimes we would go a few months without going to the movies, and then something would come out and we would go see it. But it has been a while. It's been a while, and I'm freaking just so thrilled. So freaking thrilled to go. My birthday is coming up. I don't know when this will go up, so I hesitate to tell you what today's date is, but my birthday is coming up. It's June 8th, and for my birthday, I did buy myself some new makeup brushes. I'm so excited. I actually ordered them today, and they shipped today. I ordered them like an hour ago, and I just got a shipping notification, so I've been on the hunt for some, and I've had them on my wish list for some nice high-end brushes, and I finally took the plunge and I ended up ordering some BK Beauty brushes. BK Beauty, from what I understand, they're cruelty-free and vegan. Heck yeah, we love that. And it's also an influencer made brand. So Lisa J is the creator of BK Beauty. I've heard really good things about her brushes, and they are a little bit pricey, but again, I've been wanting to invest in some higher end, pricier makeup brushes. So I took the plunge for my birthday, and I ordered, I think, a total of 7 of them. I had 6 in my cart, and then at the last minute I ordered 1 more. So those should be coming before my birthday, and I'm so excited. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Super Shock Shadow by ColourPop. This is one of their Raw Beauty Kristi collaborations in the shade Mycelium, I think is how you pronounce that. And it's this really pretty, sparkly, kind of top coat shade. And I'm gonna use a little sponge tip applicator just because I like the way that these pick up Super Shock shadows. And I'm just gonna pop that over the top of the shimmer shades that I already have on. It just adds such a pretty, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but it adds, at least in person, quite a bit of shimmer, and I just love it so much. I've also been using this quite a bit on just my inner corner, especially on days when I'm not wearing a ton of eyeshadow or any eyeshadow. Sometimes I'll use a liner, and then I'll just pop this in the inner corner, and it just looks so cool. It's got a bit of a warm undertone. It definitely has a warm undertone, but I just think it looks really cool in that way. Maybe I'll use a little bit of it on my finger too. I forget that I like the way this one in particular looks applied with the finger, but we do have a little bit of fallout on my face, so that's okay. It'll get covered up. And then we are gonna add a wing, and I'm really excited to share this with you today. This is a new eyeliner that I tried. I placed an Ulta order a little while ago because I needed some more skincare items, and Good Molecules is now in Ulta, and they're one of my favorite skincare brands, so I needed to pick up some stuff. So I placed an order with Ulta, and I threw this in my cart. This is the Nabla Serial Liner Precision Liquid Waterproof Eyeliner. I think they only have 1 shade, so this is in the shade black. I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this. I have only been using it for about a week, but this might be my new favorite. This might be my new favorite. I'll try and it's really hard to, I have to really focus when I put eyeliner on. So it's kind of hard to get good footage of it, but I'll try to at least get one eye so you can see what it looks like when you're applying it. But we're gonna put some eyeliner on. Yeah, just pretty much like that. Just a little tiny baby wing. Yeah, easy. Cool. This is just so easy to use. I'm so excited that I decided to try this out. It's like getting really warm. Pregnancy, I'm so hot. Okay, so let me zoom you out a smidgen. We're gonna go back to the face. I have been using the Fenty Beauty Foundation quite a bit lately. The first time I ever tried it, I didn't love it, but I think it's because I used this in combination with this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder, Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. These don't mix, in my opinion. This provides a more matte kind of situation, and this provides more of a satin situation. And just together, this kind of cancels out the effects of this, and I didn't think that it looked very good. This, in combination with with no powder or like a more dewy kind of powder, I think looks really good. So I've been using this a lot, and I really like this. I have my Fenty Beauty Ease Drop in the shade 3, so we are gonna go ahead and plop this on my face. What brush are we using? We are using the IT Cosmetics Airbrush 101 brush, one of my favorites. Another thing I guess I could update you on, we have quite the list of projects that we've got for around the house, things we're wanting to do to kind of improve the equity in the house, to do before baby gets here. Some of them we've knocked out of the park. First and foremost was the garage door. Our garage door has never really worked since we've moved in. With the help of my dad's actually helped with every single project I'm about to talk about so far. But my dad and stepmom helped us fund a new garage door and a new garage door opener. So we have a brand new garage door and garage door opener. I'm so excited. We're actually using it to leave and enter the house, which is great. It is so quiet, which is going to be so great for baby, and it works. The previous garage door was super crumpled, so it didn't function. The sensors were off and not really fixable. So excited that we got that fixed. That was the first thing we got fixed. The guy came out here on a Wednesday to look at it and evaluate our garage door situation and give us a quote. We decided to go move forward with him that day. And then the next day he called and said, well, it would usually be 6 weeks, but we had a cancellation and we have a door like the one you want. We can come out there in an hour and do it. So we said, yes, please. And they came out and they installed the new door and everything. It took them about, it might have been like 5 hours. No, it was about 4 hours to install the new garage door, but we're so excited. So we have that. Next up on the list was to replace the shower head and knobs in both of our bathrooms. The one in the spare bathroom, which will be baby's bathroom, sort of, I guess. I mean, they're kind of too small to be able to use it, but the spare bathroom in the house, the shower, the knob would squeal whenever we would, oh, so bad. Ear piercing, ringing, squealing, oh, it was so bad. So we got all that fixed. We haven't used it, but we did turn it on and the squealing seems to be gone. And also just the shower heads in both showers were just really not good at all. So we replaced both shower heads and just kind of prettied up the silver stuff in each of those bathrooms. So it looks really good. I'm really excited to finally have a good, oh my gosh, our shower head in our bathroom would just spray everywhere. And I usually wear a shower cap because I only wash my hair about 1 to 2 times a week. And it would just spray all over the place. So it was not very fun taking a shower. So I'm so excited that we have a nicer shower head in our personal shower. It's so nice to take showers now. And then we also wanted to fix part of our fence in our backyard because it was super old and rotting, and there was like boards that were constantly falling off. And my uncle sold his fencing business and had a whole bunch of lumber and supplies just sitting around that he offered to give us. And lumber is so expensive. I don't know if any of you are like trying to build or do projects like this, but if it wouldn't have been for him giving us this supplies, we wouldn't have done it. So grateful to him for providing that for us. He and my dad and my brother and Alex, they all worked on the fence. It took them about a week, well, less than a week. It was like a Monday to Saturday project where they took out all of the old posts and all the old fencing, and they put all new fencing and posts in on like a good stretch, and they fixed our gate too, like they redid everything. So that was pretty important. Next though, and we were like maybe 20%, 15% into this part of the project, or this project in specific, we are wanting to dig up our back lawn and redo it because it's just super patchy. It's super hilly and just it hasn't looked good, and we've tried to just fertilize it and bring it back to life that way, and that hasn't worked. So Alex's parents, my husband, his parents, they did that to their backyard. They completely ripped out all the old grass, put all new grass in, and then the next summer, this summer, their lawn looks gorgeous. So the hope is that by next summer, when baby is almost a year old, our lawn will look very beautiful and he can go roll around out there and it'll be really nice. So we'll see, but that's on the to-do list. Alex has slowly hacked away out there, but we just kind of needed a break after having so many people at our house. Not so many people, but my dad, my brother, and my uncle at our house every day for 1 week. We needed a bit of a break. So next, this is another Project Pan item. This is the Glossier concealer, stretch concealer in the shade G11. I'm gonna use this as my concealer. So that's on our list, redoing the back lawn. We've also highly considered replacing the carpet in our 3 bedrooms. So the carpet, although it looks good, it's like crunchy, which is kind of a gross way to say that. And it's just, it would be nice to do it before baby comes. I know it's gonna be pretty expensive. We've been saving for all of these kind of projects, so I know that replacing the carpets is probably gonna be the most expensive thing out of everything we do. It would be really, really nice. So I'm not 100% sure if we're gonna go through with it. We also have talked about replacing our mattress for a long time, and I'd be really interested in doing that, but that could be like $1,000. So I expect that well, okay, I don't actually know this. I know one of my really good friends had a bunch of her carpet replaced recently and it cost her about $2,500. So it could cost us, I feel like we would be replacing about the same amount of space and square footage. So it's a lot of money. We have the money, we could do it. It's just, should we put the money there or should we put the money somewhere else? So that's on our list to do. And then with that, we also want to do a bit of painting, primarily in here, this is gonna be the nursery. So this wall right here, we're gonna wanna paint. And then there's a wall in our bedroom that I'd like to paint, maybe a wall in the office that I'd like to paint. So if we're already moving all the furniture out and replacing the carpet, we were thinking we might also take that opportunity to paint, which wouldn't be, I don't think, too expensive since we're just doing kind of a wall here, a wall there, but who knows. That's kind of on our list. So painting, carpets, backyard, and then of course the rest of the nursery stuff. So buying the nursery stuff, getting all the nursery stuff set up, reorganizing this room in general because this desk is gonna get pushed over there. Okay, let's see, hold on. Let me take a pause and get back to talking about the makeup now that my concealer's done. This stretch concealer, although it's really, really nice, it does immediately start creasing on me. So because of that, I thought that this Charlotte Tilbury powder would be a really good option to pair with this concealer, and it has been. So I try and not get it anywhere outside of, or too far outside of, my under eyes. Ooh, also I'll take a moment to shout out this brush. I don't know if this is still available, but this is a Flower Beauty brush, and I love this. It's so soft. It's so nice for powder application, especially right under the eyes, and just kind of, I also use it just for all over the face powder application. Big fan of this brush. I should look into the rest of their brushes. This has been one of the few powders that I can use with this concealer, and it actually seems to set it and leave it pretty much set. Okay, and the other place I want to powder a little bit is my forehead, because I've got lots of little crinkles up here that foundation always settles into no matter what. So I am going to use this powder right here. This is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And I'm going to pick up, well, first I'm going to kind of wipe off this brush to make sure I got all of the Charlotte Tilbury powder off of it. And then I'm going to pick up, using the same brush, a little bit of this and just kind of brush it on my forehead. I am by no means not the only YouTuber person around my size who has gotten pregnant in the last year, and most of the people I've seen on social media who are pregnant, well, not most, I know two of my social media friends have had their babies, and it's just getting me more and more excited about having our little baby boy. And the 2 people who I know of who've had the babies that I can think of off the top of my head, both also had boys. So it's so exciting. It's just such an exciting time. I have a bunch of people people in my life, in my personal life, who I know in real life, who are also pregnant. I think one of them's having a girl, one of them hasn't found out yet that I know of, and then one of them is not finding out. I'm gonna use this little Dose of Colors brush. I'm gonna go back into the Huda Beauty palette and pick up the shade Utopia, the same one that we used to blend earlier, and I'm gonna blend that onto my lower lash line. Babies all around, it's so exciting. Just like that, and then I'm gonna take just a little bit of Isabel, and I'm gonna put that right in the outer corner. All right, so let's see, where are we at right now? I'm gonna go ahead and work on my cheeks. So the first thing that I'm gonna use is my Lila B bronzer. I have been using this quite a bit. Maybe you can kind of see what it's looking like right now. A little messy, a little well used. And I'm gonna take this Alma Beauty complexion brush. It's this nice fluffy brush. I like that it kind of comes to a flatness. It's a little bit long, it's not just fully round, and I like using this. I've been using this for like a week now to kind of put on my bronzer like this. I feel like it diffuses it really nice. I really like this bronzer. There was a little bit there where I thought it was a little too yellow, but I don't think so anymore. I still think that I like my Marc Jacobs bronzer a little bit more in Tantastic. I like this, and I like the packaging, and I like everything that Lila B stands for, but I kind of like how more neutral the Marc Jacobs one is. I do really like this though, and I'll definitely keep using this one, but this one's just a little bit more warm than I usually like them to be, but some days I like it more than others. Like, I really like it today. And next we're gonna be doing blush, and I'm gonna be combining these two Glossier blushes right here. I've actually just started recently doing my blush a little bit different. So this first one, which is in the shade Dusk, I'm gonna put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then the other shade I have, Beam, I'm gonna put a little bit of that on the back of my hand, right next to each other. And then I'm gonna take the end of this little kind of eyeliner brush, and I'm gonna mix the two together. We've got this nice little warm toned blush mixture. And what I've been using this brush right here. This is a Real Techniques brush. This is their 300 brush. This is from, I think, their like Bold Obsessions line, which I don't think is available, but this brush itself might still be available in some form. I'm gonna take what I have on the end of the eyeliner brush and put it on there. Maybe pick just a little bit more up, and then I'm gonna dab this on my cheeks. I don't know if this is a blush brush in specific, but I've just started recently using this to blend in my cream blushes, because I think it works so well and it diffuses the cream blushes so prettily. I feel like that's not a word. In such a pretty way. So I'm just gonna kind of build this up on both sides. I think that this combination of Glossier blushes just looks so pretty. I definitely want more Glossier blushes. I think this is one of my favorite cream blush formulas. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this on the tip of this brush, and I'm gonna put it right on the bridge of my nose. Yes, I have become one of those girls who puts blush on their nose. I used to do it on the tip of my nose. I've started doing it on the bridge of my nose because I think it looks really pretty, just like that. And there you have it. There is my blush. So next we're gonna move on to highlight, and I've been using two highlighters quite a bit. So the first one is this Auric Beauty highlighter in the shade Morganite, and I've been using this almost every day, just about every day. And I just kind of use my finger to tap this out right in this area. Like that. And then I'll add a little bit to the tip of my nose. Okay, why does this eye just always want to close? I don't know. And then I'll also add a little bit to my Cupid's bow. Sort of. That was a little messy. That's okay. Then I have been using this. I've been using the Jaclyn Hill highlighters like non-stop since I got them. I know, we've all got our opinions on the lady, but I really like these highlighter products. I was bamboozled by her and her lipsticks when she first launched them. I did get some. I got like a 3-pack, and 1 out of the 3 was no good. It was one of those ones that had like the little balls in it. So I didn't use them. I threw them away. But I stopped buying from her for a long time, and I think a bunch of her highlighters from her, not her most recent launch now, but the one before, I picked up, and I've really, really liked them. This one is in the shade Extra. It's one of her loose highlighters, and it's got a little sifter in there. It's a loose highlight. And I've used this almost every day in my inner corner because I think it's just so, so pretty. And then I'll take a little bit sometimes up on my brow bone, on the tip of my nose. And then sometimes I'll add a little bit to my cheeks, but I don't think I'm gonna do that today. Next, we're gonna do my brows because they are looking pretty bare up here. I am still using my ABH brow pomade in the shade Taupe. I just love it so much. I don't think my brow game has changed at all. So if you've ever seen me do my brows before, it's nothing different. And then I'll just take any old pencil I've got lying around. I do have the ABH Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. And I just kind of, not fill in, but lightly fill in the front half of the brow. Okay, what do we have left? We have lips. Oh, we have lips and mascara, and sometimes recently I've been wanting to go in with my little freckle pen from ColourPop. This is in the shade Soft Brown, and I've been on the freckle train. I really like adding freckles, so I'll just kind of like dot a whole bunch, especially on my nose. I'll kind of focus them quite a bit. Ooh, those are a bit chunky. Make sure to get them. Ooh, that was a bit chunky. Usually I'm a little more precise, but I'm just kind of going ham. Make sure to get them kind of down here. Make sure to get them up here. And a little aggressive. And then I take my fingers and I just kind of push them in and kind of blend them out so that they don't look as harsh. Sometimes I'll take a different kind of brush and do this, but I find that the heat from my fingers really works pretty good. And that just kind of mellows them out a little bit. Okay, so let me do my mascara real fast. I have been using the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. I think this is probably one of my top high-end mascaras nowadays. I still like the Marc Jacobs one, I think, a little bit better, but I really, really like this one a lot. So let me throw this on. And next we just have lips. I feel like I need a lip liner. I think this one might do. This is from, I think, a BoxyCharm. I don't know how well it'll look. By the brand Beauty Vault. This is in the shade Cozy Kira. I need something warm toned, so let's see how this looks. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not quite what I was looking for. I think like that-ish. I feel like it got a little messy here on the outsides. Oh well. And then I'm gonna top it with this Tower 28 Cashew lip gloss. Usually I just go in with this by itself, but I thought I'd add a little bit of lip liner to kind of deepen the color. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and I think that's about it. That's kind of how I've been doing my makeup a whole bunch lately. I feel like it looks a little tiny bit washed out, but maybe that's just me, or maybe that is just the lighting. It's very summery. It's not too dramatic, but I really like the way that the eye look has been going and how I've been able to use a bunch of my Project Pan items. I hope that you enjoyed watching this and getting ready with me this morning. It's actually afternoon time for me. I hope that you enjoyed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss future content from me, consider subscribing. All of those buttons are right down below. And I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.